This year is dedicated to Nishmas Rachel Leah Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. Last year we started involving ourselves in the Malacha of Bishul. We gave a bit of an introduction about the very nature of what is the Hagdaras HaMalach. We pointed out the machlokas between the Rashash and the Minchas Chinuch, whether the Malacha is defined as both stages of the process, both setting the process in motion and the Gemara, and all of that is part of the definition of Malachas Bishul. The Minchas Chinuch seems to assume that way, and therefore it's not enough just to start the process on Shabbos, but you even have to conclude the process on Shabbos. However, the Rashash argues that no, the Malacha is the setting the process in motion, putting the food in the fire. However, the Gemara, the conclusion, the fact that the food gets cooked, that is a t'nai. It has to happen, but it doesn't have to happen on Shabbos itself. It can even happen on Motzei Shabbos. And we saw a number of issues related to that machlokas. What I wanted to do today is really start to dig deep, start to get involved in a lot of the definitions of Malachas Bishul itself. So the Gemara told us that there is a malacha. Again, the Mishnah told us it's ha'ofeh. The Gemara tells us it's not ha'ofeh. The malacha, the av malacha, is bishul. What exactly is the definition of bishul? When is something considered to be cooked when it comes to Shabbos? And this we begin with a Gemara in Masechah Shabbos on Daf Mem Amud Beis. The Gemara tells us as follows: Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, Echad shemen ve'echad mayim, yad saledes bo aser, ein yad saledes bo mutter. If when it comes to cooking of shemen and of mayim, if the liquid or the oil, the water reaches the shear of yad saledes bo, that will be aser. If it does not reach that shear, then it's going to be mutter. Vehechi dami yad saledes bo. What exactly do we mean when we say yad saledes bo? Amar Rachava kol shekreso shel tinok nichves bo. The shear of yad saledes bo is the shear at which the belly of a tinok, of a newborn babe, would start to become scalded. That is the shear of yad saledes bo. That's the level of heat that we are talking about. So the Gemara says very clearly, you have a shear of bishul, and the shear of bishul when it comes to water and shemen is the shear of yad saledes bo, and that is the level of heat that would cause a scalding of the belly of a baby. Now, of course, I don't think in the world of Jewish history, no Jewish mother would ever offer their child, their baby, for the experimentation to find out exactly how hot would cause the scalding of the child. And therefore the poskim are a bit varied. What exactly, how hot is yad saledes bo considered to be? You have on the low end, again, it's basically, you have different shitos, but on the low end, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, which, I didn't do the math, I think it's about 37 degrees, actually more than that, 40 or so degrees, 110, about 40 degrees Celsius, approximately, and then it goes up as high as 120 degrees. The most machmir view is about 110 degrees, and then the Mekel view, Rav Aaron Kotler suggested 120 degrees. Rav Moshe Feinstein was around 110 degrees. Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach 112, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. What that means is if you have water that is before Shabbos not cooked, and you warm it up to a mere 110 degrees, that is going to be, you're going to be in the world of Bishul, you'll violate an Isser D'Oraisa of Bishul. Just to give you an idea of exactly what these temperatures mean. So, a lukewarm bath, Rav Ribiat, in that gray book that is about Hilchos Shabbos, the gray Feldheim book, written by Rav Ribiat on Hilchos Shabbos, so he just gives you some indications of the level of heat that we're talking about. So if you have a lukewarm bath, more for a child, so that water in a lukewarm bath is 99, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have a hot bath, which is already not comfortable for everyone, a pretty hot bath, that's going to be 104 degrees. The water, if you take your tap water and turn it on just hot, your average American tap water, so that's going to be 120 to 125 degrees. A hot cup of coffee with some milk in it is 125 degrees. A hot glass of tea, is going to be 160 degrees. And if you have soup, chicken soup, which is going to be even hotter because there's oil involved, and the oil, I guess, retains or absorbs heat even more. So a hot soup, a hot chicken soup, or chicken broth is going to be up to 180 degrees. So that gives you a sense of the heat levels we're talking about. Again, your average hot bath is 104 degrees. Your tap water turned up all the way, just heat is going to be 120 degrees. Excuse me. So when it comes to the world of Bishul, if you go ahead and heat something up to, from not cooked, up to 110 degrees, you're already in the world of Bishul. Could be an Isser De'oraisa. Then there is another Gemara. The Gemara is found in Maseches Shabbos and Daf Chaf Amud Aleph. And here the Gemara refers to the other side. We'll see in great detail, probably starting today already, we'll see that there is a very important kula, a heter, when it comes to Bishul. And that's the idea of Ein Bishul Achar Bishul. Which means once something's been cooked, so then re-cooking or reheating of that already cooked item is not going to be an Isser De'oraisa. It's not going to be a Torah prohibition. That's the idea of Ein Bishul Achar Bishul. So the Gemara over here deals with the following question. It's a Mishnah Daf Yud Beis, which tells us that if you want to roast basar or batzal or a beitza, you want to roast onions or meat or fish, it's only permissible to do if they've already been roasted mi be'od yom. If they've already been cooked up mi be'od yom, then you want to roast them on Shabbos to reheat them, so that can be permissible. But